Hey guys, Brian and Aaron here from 5 to Go, and that's not my Jeep, and we're stuck in Atlanta.
Yeah.
Because last weekend, we got knocked off the highway backwards at 65 miles an hour.
That was not fun.
Like this. Before I show you the entire thing and the aftermath of this accident, I know we've gotten a lot of questions from that short we put up,
Yeah.
and also from what we've talked about in our Discord server so far. We were not towing the Jeep
Nope.
when it got hit.
This is our first stop, guys.
Yeah.
This is the first place we came.
First night of the first stop of a 3.5, 4-month trip.
Yep. And I've already
Taken off
canceled 2 campgrounds and 2 ticketed things that we bought.
We're saving our receipts for compensation if that is a thing. What's making this extremely difficult,
Yeah.
and we will get back to the full video right after I explain this.
Yes.
But as you saw in that brief little clip, is this is dash cam footage from a Tesla. The Tesla was changing to the left.
Yep.
Another car, the one that ended up hitting us, was changing into the same lane from the other side.
Yep.
And the guy in the Tesla basically did a pit maneuver on that Chevy Cruze and sent her across the highway into us.
Yeah.
We are so happy, in a bad way, that a Tesla was involved.
Yes.
So there was footage everywhere, like before we even left the scene, like before the Jeep was towed away and we got taken away by our friends and figured all that out.
Mm-hmm.
We had a police report saying we were not at fault, like before we even left the
weren't.
scene. It was fantastic. But what is making this an extremely frustrating process is there are 3 insurance companies involved.
Yep.
One from the Tesla guy, one from the Cruise driver,
then
and
ours
ours.
to
And
coordinate.
ours normally wouldn't be involved. Like if someone had just like hit us, we would only be dealing with like Nationwide or Progressive or whatever.
Right.
But because there are 3, we have to get our insurance company involved as the go-between to then go after the other 2 for half of everything that is deemed damaged or owed or whatever. So if you thought working with one insurance company was bad, try working with 3 at one time. It is a nightmare, honestly. So here's the full video.
Yep.
You'll see in this video that if you look in the bottom left of this dash cam footage, you'll see his left view. You'll see the 2 cars come together, and then you'll see this Cruise come careening across. I was driving in that second to right lane about 65, 70 miles an hour. So she comes screaming across, hits basically directly on my driver's rear wheel and corner, and within about 3 or 4 frames on this video, my headlights are sideways, and then the Tesla kind of turns a little bit away, and I was instantly backwards. We found damage later to my front bumper because the 2 vehicles, my left side and her right side, basically slapped into each other and we rotated off, which sent me backwards. But my main concern with this whole thing is that we went backwards at 65 miles an hour and the dashboard lit up.
Yep.
It was like a Christmas tree. Everything was firing off. All the warnings were going off. We couldn't shift it into gear. We couldn't put it in reverse or drive or anything. It thought it was in park the whole time. Even though it was in park, it was saying, put it in park. Like, just, it's bad. So we really think that this thing is gonna be totaled. It was not drivable away from the scene. A flatbed had to come and get it.
Yeah.
And like I said, we were here visiting our good friends, the Lions, who we traveled with all of last year. Luckily, they were nearby because Jeff was able to come out and
Kind of scoop the kids up and
put the kids in his car, put the dog in, because Vector was with us too.
Yep.
Vector was in the back. I don't know what happened to that poor guy. Like,
he's fine. Brian didn't say
everyone's
before
fine.
this, everybody's okay. I had a couple of like bumps and bruises and some pain and stuff that we got checked out, and everything is okay. And it's just a little painful, but everybody is fine. All of the kids are fine. They were a little scared when it happened. And Vector was in the back and jumped to the front, and it was just a whole thing. But
he was
but
right
he's okay
above,
too.
Like if she hit that wheel, he was right above that in the back. He must have gotten knocked around. We were all scared.
Yeah.
Like she said, Brooke was screaming.
We just had to calm them down.
I immediately just went into something bad has happened. I need to get off the road mode. So I'm glad we had enough momentum to get us off the side of the road.
And up onto the embankment.
Just off the road is what I was going for. And also, it's a Wrangler. Like, if she had hit 5 feet forward, like if she had hit in front of the axle instead of directly on it, I think we would have flipped.
Yeah, this
like,
way.
at
not
least
just
tipped
fun,
over, if not all the way over.
But that didn't happen.
Didn't happen.
So.
And yes, I know Wranglers aren't the best about rollover. There's a whole discussion going on about that right now
in
on the Discord
yeah.
server.
If you want to jump in, share your 2 cents, yeah.
But there's a big beefy roll bar all around, a big
Yeah.
cage all around it. So I know we would have been fine, but still, we were lucky where she hit us because that spin took so much of that momentum out of it that it, instead of going, you know, hitting and going this way, she hit and it was, And we were worried about her. She was pregnant.
So let me talk about this part.
Go for it.
Okay. Brian isn't always the things happen for a reason kind of person, and I am. And so the girl who hit us, if she had missed us or if we had been going slightly faster or anything like that,
behind us or not hit us,
she probably would have spun out and hit like the guardrail or the like cement wall that was over there, and it would have been bad because she's 8 months pregnant. And like her airbags would have gone off and just a million different things could have gone differently, and everybody was okay. Everybody that was involved in this accident walked away and was fine, but it could have been so much worse. And I just feel like the kids kept asking, why did this happen? Why did this happen to us? Why did this like we weren't doing anything wrong? And I just kind of said, I think we were put there to kind of, makes me cry a little bit, to kind of make sure she was safe, because everybody was safe. I think we were kind of put in the way there just to make sure nothing happened to her. And so that's kind of how I explained it to the kids, that we were at the right place for something else, the wrong place for us because all these things are now happening to us, but we were in the right place to help somebody else probably. So that's how I kind of explained it to them. It makes me a little emotional too. But she was very apologetic because, you know, she kept apologizing to us when she knew that we had the kids in the car, and I just like gave her a hug and was like, "This, you didn't plan for this to happen. Like, everybody's okay, you know." So, it just kind of makes you think about what your role is in life and like where you are and why you're there. And, you know, if those are kind of things that you think about, like I do, then you know, we were in the right place at the right time, I feel like. So
also
terrible thing that's happened, but
it's also
super inconvenient.
Stark reminder that you're not really in control all the time.
Nope.
And that kind of goes back to one of the reasons we decided to sell everything and travel is because friends of ours had died way too young or gotten sick, and it's just like, tomorrow's not guaranteed.
Nope.
We wanted
and we've
to get
said
out
this
and
before,
see
you
stuff.
guys. Yeah,
you guys have heard all this.
This is why we do this.
Yeah,
It's because anything could change at a blink of an eye.
Yeah, obviously, if we weren't on the road, this wouldn't have happened. But you know, hey, it's life, right?
Yeah. So just, you know, I'm curious. Have you ever felt like you were in the right place at the right time or the wrong place at the wrong time? Like, but it just needed to be that way. Like, you know me, I love to read y'all's comments. Tell me down below all those like cool things or not so cool things that you've just been in those places, and it just makes it, I don't know, easier to explain why things happen. At least for me, it does. Like, why bad things sometimes happen for a good reason.
If our Jeep getting totaled saved her from getting hurt or losing her baby or whatever, take my Jeep.
Yeah,
like,
right? Exactly.
I could get another one. Like,
So,
people are more important. So,
always.
Yeah.
So yeah, tell me those stories. I like to hear those. They make me feel good. Like that other people have had stuff that's happened, and it's just like okay, this is why we're here kind of thing.
So what's next?
We don't know. We don't know.
So basically there's one major split right now that we're waiting on.
Yep.
If the Jeep gets repaired, that's option A. If the Jeep is totaled, that's option B.
Right.
So option A, Jeep gets repaired. That means we have a rental car, and they told us we have unlimited miles and we have it until the Jeep is repaired.
Until it's prepared.
And we can take it out of state and anywhere we need to. So
we will continue on our trip.
And if the Jeep gets repaired, we will figure out timing on getting it back. We were planning on coming back through Atlanta
at the end of October anyway.
So if that works out, then that works out.
And that's the way it goes.
I kind of don't want the Jeep back because
you've seen the video now, yeah.
You've seen the video. Here are some photos. The left side wheels are significantly further in than the right side wheels.
Front and back,
which means everything has shifted.
Yeah.
There was even, if you look at the soft top, it sits in too far on the driver's side and out too far on the passenger side.
Supposed to fit into a nice little channel.
And they're supposed to fit evenly on both sides. So even underneath, like the gas filler neck is crushed, suspension is sideways, that she hit so hard that there's probably 4 to 5 inches between the tire and the frame, and there was tire rub marks on the frame. Yeah. That's how far everything moved before it came back out.
And if you're just kind of looking at it, like
it doesn't look that
standing behind it, it doesn't look that bad.
Yeah, you're like, oh, that quarter panel got
yeah, and that's what the guy at the collision place, he goes, we'll have to replace the quarter panel. And I was like,
hold on.
But there's so many other little things. Let me just like tell you that there's this.
Here's
and
the
that.
video, and then here, look at this side, look at this side. Yeah.
And then they were like, oh, there's more to this than.
So I think option B is going to happen. I think it's going to be totaled.
Yeah.
Which kind of puts us in the really crappy position of we had a great interest rate.
We did.
On the loan for that thing because it was a late 2021 purchase. Have y'all seen interest rates lately?
They're not nice.
It's not fantastic.
And that's one of the things that you just get slapped with when these things happen. You know, you're at the mercy of whatever the bank's going to give you, and you know, like, and what's available. Like we're here in Atlanta, like there's a lot of Jeeps for sale in Florida.
And yes, we're getting a Jeep. Like
we're going to get another Jeep.
There's no other vehicles are an option. That's what we have. It's what we want. It's what we're going to move forward with. So it will be a Wrangler.
Yes.
Not a Gladiator.
No surprises there.
It'll be a Wrangler 4-door. We want some different things on it. Like I want the hardtop. We thought we wanted the soft top. We thought we put it down a lot more. I think we put it down 2 times.
And we aren't looking new.
No,
we're looking at used, and so it might be a little older than what we had before, but it will have some of those creature comforts we've been looking for. But again, we're looking around the Atlanta area, and so that's because that's where we are.
So speaking of Atlanta, to wrap this up, we're gonna be stuck here for at least another week, if not more. So what is there to do?
What's your favorite thing to do?
Like we've done a couple things that we're gonna make a video out of. Like we've done some touristy things and went to some touristy places and had some amazing food. But if you are in this area or you are familiar with this area, what should we do? Like we're just north of Atlanta, but we like to drive.
We do, we don't mind.
What's around? What's some food we should not miss? Where are the donuts?
Yeah.
Like I haven't looked for them. Like we're looking for the good, like 24-hour, like they make good donuts places. We don't need the frilly, like.
We don't need a chain. They'll give us a chain.
Yeah. So where are the donuts?
Where are the donuts?
Where's the good local food? Like, does Atlanta have barbecue? Like,
I don't know. Like, what's Atlanta's food?
Yeah. I mean, we've had Hattie B's because that's from Nashville. We knew it was here. Hattie B's is fabulous. But what else is there? Yeah, what should we go see and do? We still need to get down to the Martin Luther King National Monument.
Yeah, of course we're going to do all the national park stuff because I got to get my stamps.
And the Jimmy Carter Presidential Library, that's on our list.
That's another stamp place.
So other than that, let us know. Yeah. And tomorrow, school starts tomorrow.
School starts tomorrow.
Kids are ready. We're doing Florida virtual again this year. It's not where we thought we'd be starting, but.
Nope, we thought we were going to be somewhere else, but we got a 2nd grader, a 4th grader, and a ninth grader. She's a freshman this year.
Are we old enough to
We're
have
not
a
old
ninth
enough,
grader?
but we do have a 14-year-old who is starting 9th grade. So,
so that's our story for now. We're stuck.
Tell us your stories about getting stuck places. Let me know if you've been in the right place at the right time or the wrong place at the right time or whatever it is.
Have you been in a place at a time?
Anytime, yeah. Let me know. Let me know. And hashtag we don't travel for food, but let us know where to eat, okay? Thanks.
All right, guys. We will see you in the next one and hopefully have
some more information.
Some good information or maybe a new shiny Jeep to show off.
Who knows?
Bye, guys.
Bye, guys.